Hi, I'm Eternal EHD, and I wanted to make a video to show you my Xbox 360 collection. Over the past 10 plus years, I've been slowly building a collection of UK PAL Xbox 360 games. The set is now at a stage where it's over 95% complete, consisting of over 1,100 physical games. But why the Xbox 360, you may ask? As a guy who grew up in an era of Nintendo and Sega, the Xbox 360 arrived at a time in my life when I had two things every gamer needs. One, a disposable income, and two, no kids. My girlfriend at the time did occasionally dabble with gaming, but her big passion was reading, which left our spangly, high-definition TV free most evenings for me to play games. And that's exactly what I did. The Xbox 360 is looked back on now along with PlayStation 3 and Nintendo Wii as probably the finest generation of video game consoles. The 360 was the birthplace of a multitude of million-selling franchises we enjoy today: Gears of War, Assassin's Creed, Borderlands, Saints Row, Dead Island, the Batman Arkham series, Dead Rising, Mass Effect, Dead Space, Forza Horizon, Left 4 Dead, Far Cry, Dragon Age, the list just goes on. It's where many franchises perfected themselves. Fallout New Vegas remains my favourite Fallout game to date. Grand Theft Auto 5 was born in Gen 7. I don't think there's been a better Call of Duty game since Modern Warfare 2. Castlevania Lords of Shadow finally showed that 3D Castlevania games could be great. Sure, it wasn't all perfect. There were franchises that lost their way, franchises that never really got themselves going, franchises that put their brand on life support, and franchises that literally killed themselves. There were also the occasional "who the bloody hell greenlit that" games, as well as the occasional ill-conceived cash-in from people who would seemingly do anything for $1 or $2. But on the whole, the Xbox 360 was bloody excellent. By far the best console Microsoft ever did, and the only time that Xbox genuinely pushed PlayStation right to the finish line. So this is my collection. At the time of filming this, at the end of October 2024, this collection has 1,117 games in it. By my research, I believe there were 1,173 games physically released in the UK for the Xbox 360. And just to clarify, that is individual games. Games that have a Day 1 edition or a limited edition or a collector's edition. I'm not counting each edition as its own game. Same goes for Game of the Year editions or Ultimate editions or Complete editions. Neither am I counting classic reissues or compilation sets or double packs. So, for example, Popcat's Hits was released on disc and included games like Bejeweled and Plants vs Zombies. This disc was the only way that you could own the games on there, so that absolutely counts towards the total. Kane and Lynch 1 and 2, on the other hand, were both released on disc. Sometime later, a Kane and Lynch collection was released, which included Kane and Lynch 1 and 2, but in one box. Kane and Lynch 2 absolutely go on the list, but the collection doesn't. It's just a repackaged bundle. I hope that's clear. So to answer your inevitable question, yes, I am working on a list of all those double packs and classic reissues, compilations, ultimate editions, Game of the Year versions and complete editions. Once I've finished this set, I may very well move on to building those sets out too, but one thing at a time. The Xbox 360 collecting scene is really taking off at the moment, and it's a brilliant time to start building a set for a number of reasons. Firstly, in the UK at least, things are so easily available. Shops like CEX still range them on the shelves in store, charity shops have games in abundance, online sites like eBay and Vinted have listings for pretty much every single game. And because they're in DVD cases rather than cardboard like the NES and the SNES and the N64 etc, it's far easier to find them in great condition. Secondly, you can build a really solid base of games for very little outlay. You can rack out your shelves with the annual sports games for well under £1 a game. Not only that, but even the really good games that are so common at the moment, you can get them for less than £1 or £2. Seriously, hold your nose and go into your local CEX. You'll find BioShock, Assassin's Creed, Gears of War, Fable 2, Halo 3, Forza Motorsport 3, Battlefield 3, Skyrim, Oblivion, and loads more, for no more than a couple of quid each. And thirdly, if you're a gamer, it's got some genuinely brilliant games. Many of the 360 games are back compatible with Xbox One and Series X, but there's some real gems you can find on the machine. Things like Enslaved, Bayonetta, Vanquish, Persona 4 Arena, LA Noire, Halo 3, Red Dead Redemption. There are masses of amazing games to discover or rediscover. Obviously, with the collection, I will keep you updated as and when I acquire new games and try to get the collection finished. I am also, over the coming days, weeks, months and years, going to start releasing a series of retrospective videos to cover the entire physical Xbox 360 set. Just a few minutes on each game to go over the key points around the release, whether it's back compatible, whether the online still works, if it's worth playing all these years later, as well as a rough idea of the value of the game and, my opinion on whether it will become one of those rare gems in years to come. So if you're up for that, please do help me out and drop a subscription to the channel. If you get a moment to like this video to help fight the YouTube algorithm, I would be eternally HD grateful. Do you see what I did there? And do drop a comment with your favourite Xbox 360 games. Maybe how you're doing with your own collection, or tell me the reasons why the PS3 was a better console. Because we all love a fanboy. Honest. Until next time, thanks for watching. I'm Eternally HD, and I unconditionally love your hecking faces.